For a lot of the games that I cover here on this channel, the news, it's been a little dry. All right? We haven't had a whole lot to talk about, but what we do know is that there are a ton of Marvel games that have been announced and are on the way. Some of them arriving sooner than we expect. So what I wanted to do here in this video is rank my least to most anticipated upcoming Marvel games. Before we jump into it, guys, we got merch right now, the 4. You guys gotta grab this shirt. It is very comfortable, made of great material, and it's such a sick design. This is the last week that this shirt is going to be on sale, and then once it's gone forever. Check that link in the description box below. And okay, let's get into it now. Let's rank these upcoming Marvel games. This is also a great time to as well remind you of some of these games coming out, as I imagine there are a lot of people that are going to hear games on this list that are like, wait, they're making that? And I'm actually, okay, we're starting it off. I'm gonna cheat. I am going to cheat. I have 2 honorable mentions, all right, and I can't actually put them specifically somewhere on the list, mainly because of the fact that they haven't been officially confirmed, but we have a good feeling that they're happening. One of them is Marvel Spider-Man 3. Okay, we know they're making the game. Insomniac's obviously not going to stop at Marvel Spider-Man 2. I mean, the game sold over 11 million copies. It's gotten great reviews. It won a ton of awards, been nominated for a ton of awards. The list of accolades for Marvel Spider-Man 2, it's on and on and on. So they're making Marvel Spider-Man 3. We can pretty much confirm that, but they haven't officially announced it, so I can't put it anywhere on this actual list. And the same goes for a Venom game, all right? They teased before Marvel Spider-Man 2 even came out that a Venom game is something that they would be open to exploring if the fans want it. And I think we all want it. After playing as Venom in Marvel Spider-Man 2, I don't think there's a single person on planet Earth that wouldn't want a Venom game. But that one isn't as like surefire a bet as Marvel Spider-Man 3. So it's an honorable mention, all right? But now let's jump into the actual list. Unfortunately, at the bottom, although this doesn't really mean that I'm not excited for it, it's just kind of the one that we know the most about. That's 1943 Rise of Hydra. We were actually just talking about this in a previous video. There is some information out there in terms of when we can expect the game to come out this year, but what we do know is 2025 is the release window that's been officially provided to us. So the game could be coming this year, provided there won't be a delay. It's set in World War II. You're playing as Black Panther and Captain America. There's also a member of the Dora Milaje and a World War II soldier that you get to play as. It seems like it's going to be a linear action adventure. Amy Hennig is at the helm. All of your favorite Uncharted games, she was the one responsible for them. And it looks phenomenal, running on Unreal Engine 5. That's where we got this huge tech demo for the game, showing off the story trailer and a lot more during the GDC last year. And my goodness, it's a gorgeous looking game. Like, it blows my mind more than it would if you were scrolling down and hitting the thumbs up button right now, honestly. We still haven't seen gameplay though, and that's the one thing that I feel like is holding a lot of people back from just going, yep, this is gonna be one of the best games this year, because once we can see how it actually plays, we can get a better idea of how all of this comes together. Because the game can look phenomenal. It could be one of the best looking games ever made, but if the gameplay sucks, then it's not going to work. So we're still holding out hope. We're going to cross our fingers that we're going to get some gameplay sometime during the summer for Summer Game Fest, or maybe during Gamescom, who knows. There is a big elephant in the room being GTA 6. Once we get a release date for that game, I think a lot of games that are slated for a 2025 window are going to get official release dates, because they're all trying to steer clear of the monster that is GTA 6. Coming in at number 4. Now, this game was announced during the Game Awards in 2023, and I was actually there live in attendance at the Game Awards when this game was announced. I got to experience the hype in person, and that's Blade. This game is being developed by Arcane Leon, the guys responsible for Deathloop. It's published by Bethesda. Bethesda is owned by Xbox, so there is a chance that Blade could be an Xbox exclusive. But I think even if we are going to get some form of exclusivity for Blade, I don't think it's going to be a permanent thing. I mean, look at what happened with Indiana Jones. That's now coming out on the PlayStation 5. That could have been a massive Xbox exclusive, but they just want to play nice with everybody, so I don't think Blade, being a big Marvel property, is going to stay tied to the Xbox. If anything, maybe similar to Indiana Jones, we get a timed exclusive with this one, but I am really looking forward to it. It's going to be open world, taking place in Paris. You're playing as Blade. It's going to be sick. And the style, the visual flair from what we saw in that reveal trailer, if it's going to be indicative of what we see in the actual game, I'm really all for it. And believe me, I want to rank it higher. It's just that there are a lot of other Marvel games that are on the way that sound incredible, that I'm very, very excited about. This was not an easy list to make. And before we get into the top 3 of my most anticipated games, if you're looking forward to any of the upcoming Marvel games that are on the horizon, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you got those notifications on. We cover any and all superhero games right here. You do not want to miss all the news and updates and everything you want to know about all these awesome superhero games. But okay, top 3 time. We heard a little while back that EA was partnering up with Marvel to develop some Marvel games. It was kind of an unprecedented collaboration, and one of the games that was officially announced with this collaboration was being done by a newly made studio under EA called Cliffhanger, and these are the guys who are going to be making a Black Panther game. We don't know a whole lot about the Black Panther game, okay? There's some bits of information out there in terms of rumors, like it's going to be open world. There's some bits of information from job postings that make it seem like they're going to be using Unreal Engine 5. I know some of the folks who are working there on the game. They're extremely talented. It is a new studio, but they brought in so much talent from other places. The idea of a Black Panther game being open world, if the rumors are true, running on Unreal Engine 5, and as well as some of the other rumors that are out there circulating about this game are true, well, man, oh man, this is going to be one to look out for. This is going to be one to look forward to. I think Black Panther works really well in an open world setting. I think there's a lot you can do with traversal for the character, and there's just endless opportunities for story and combat. My goodness, there's so much you can do with this character. The history is rich. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the team at Cliffhanger does with this game. Coincidentally, at number 2 is the other EA Marvel project that they actually announced when they were officially kickstarting this collaboration, when they wanted to make the announcement. The developers working over at Motive Studio, who are the ones responsible for the Dead Space remake, are making an Iron Man game. The Dead Space remake came out to a ton of critical acclaim. Now, it released in January of 2023, and 2023 was just such a stacked year for games that it was almost impossible to have every single one of them be in that game of the year list. But this was a early contender when it released in January of that year. So that's extremely promising that these guys behind that game are now working on Iron Man. And although it's very small seeds, if you play the Dead Space remake, you can kind of see the seeds planted into how they could make an Iron Man game and why they would be the ones who would be chosen to make an Iron Man game. Similar though to the Black Panther game, unfortunately not a whole lot is known about this Iron Man project, except that it might be open world according to some job listings, and again, it might be using that Unreal Engine 5. We also got a very brief glimpse at what could be the base design of the Iron Man suit in the official reveal image for the game, and it looks very similar to the Invincible Iron Man or the Model 51 Iron Man from the comic books. A lot pointier, definitely doesn't have any MCU inspiration, which is nice. I mean, they're doing their own thing here. That's what made the Insomniac Spider-Man so successful. They have a lot of things from the MCU in there in terms of alternate suits and maybe a couple of references here and there, but for the most part, they were trying to do their own thing with that iconic character, and I'm glad that it looks like, just based on that reveal image, that Motive Studio is trying to do the same thing for Iron Man. And although, like I said, there are rumors that it's going to be open world, I really hope that that's something that we get an official confirmation on, because I think Iron Man just needs to be in an open world setting. You need to be able to play in that sandbox. You want to be able to fly around and do all the crazy stuff as Iron Man. That's what we want. We want the free roam. I don't think a linear Iron Man game will be bad per se, but I do think that an open world one works a lot better for that freedom that you get. And then the rest, it's just so easy when it comes to gameplay, when it comes to like alternate armor, suits, all that stuff, like all of that is just handed right to you. I just hope that the story delivers, and that's the one thing I think we can all cross our fingers for. Iron Man seems really promising. It looks like an easy layup. Let's hope that Motive is going to be able to land it. And that brings us to number 1. This is an easy one. You guys already guessed what it was, probably from the moment that you clicked on this video, and that's the Big Wheel game. I'm so excited for Big Wheel. He's finally getting his time to shine. No? We're not. Oh, we're not getting. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So the actual number 1, unfortunately, is not going to be the Big Wheel game, but actually, it's going to be Marvel's Wolverine. I'll still never forget that moment, 2021 PlayStation Showcase. We see the Marvel logo pop up. We see the Insomniac logo pop up, and everyone's like, it's Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's happening. We're all going crazy. And then you see this guy sitting at a bar. He looks very much like Wolverine, sticks the claws out. Oh my God, Insomniac's making a Wolverine game. Now, there was some controversy surrounding the Wolverine game recently. The game director, Brian Horton, had left the project to move on to Perfect Dark, and there was some shifting in leadership for Marvel's Wolverine specifically at Insomniac. It sounds like, though, considering that the game was revealed in 2021 and there seemed to have been some development time put into it before its initial reveal, that they're at the home stretch right now in their development. A lot of the rumors that had come out about Brian Horton leaving the project didn't seem to indicate that there was any bad blood or that there was any turmoil. It sounded like he was just done his job and now moving on to another project. So I'm hoping that Marvel's Wolverine isn't going to be something that's like cobbled together at the last minute, or that they're just forcing themselves to the finish line. I'm really hoping that everything's coming together right here at the end. When is this game going to be released? We do not know. I mean, it was announced in 2021, and if a lot of AAA games have that 5-year development time, then I think next year is almost a surefire bet. But there is still a chance it could come out this year too. I'm just not going to hold my breath for that, because we know that Ghost of Yotei is going to be coming out. That's going to be a big PlayStation title for 2025. And once again, the elephant in the room, GTA 6, it could still be enough of a threat for even the biggest Marvel brands. Everyone wants to steer clear of that launch. So even if there's a good chance that Marvel's Wolverine is ready for a launch in the fall of this year, PlayStation might still say, you know what, let's push it a little further. Maybe we get a spring 2026, or maybe they just say, you know what, let's give you the extra year and go for the fall of 2026 so that it's extra polished and ready to go for that time slot. There are other rumors out there about the Wolverine game in that it's going to be semi-open world and not a full-on open world like the Spider-Man games. It's going to be kind of hub world that you get to roam around, similar to the God of War games from Sony Santa Monica, the Norse mythology ones specifically, where you have a hub area that you can free roam around, and then the missions themselves are very linear in structure. And I think that makes sense. I'm not saying that it's impossible to do an open world for Wolverine. There is definitely a way. You can ride around on your bike, or you can climb walls with the claws, but I think a semi-open world, a smaller environment, works a lot better for the character. And the reason why it's my #1 most anticipated, I mean, this is just a no-brainer. Wolverine's one of the coolest characters in the history of comic books. He's almost everybody's favorite X-Men. Mine is still Cyclops. And after what Insomniac has done with the Marvel Spider-Man franchise, everyone is hyped to see them take on a character from the X-Men, and who knows what we could build to from here. Look at how big the Spider-Man franchise has become in terms of the amount of other characters that have become involved now. We got Miles Morales in there. Now in Spider-Man 3, we're probably going to be getting Silk. It's a lived-in Marvel world with the Avengers Tower and all these cool little references, and they do so much for the Spider-Man lore specifically. We all want to see them tackle the X-Men lore now, because there's just an unlimited amount of things you can do. There's just an unlimited amount of X-Men characters that could be included here, and the possibilities really are endless. And if we could springboard off of this into an X-Men game or something of that sort, my goodness, just all I'm asking, Insomniac, let me play as Cyclops one day. I would love to see you guys do Cyclops in a video game. I would do anything for it, actually. Please, please. Okay, sorry, I got a little carried away, but all right, there you have it. That's my list. My list is obviously not definitive. I want to now kick it to you guys. Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section below. Out of all of these Marvel games that we got coming up here, what's the one you are most excited to learn more about, see more, or just play? Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.